Hello, welcome to my New York Fashion Week vlog, I guess. So I just want to explain a little bit firstly, like what I did, what was going on. So I applied to be a production venue assistant for New York Fashion Week for Spring Studios, which is the location where the official New York Fashion Week is held, and it's in Lower Manhattan, New York City, of course. New York Fashion Week, yeah. And my job itself was it was super fun. It was actually a lot more fun than I was expecting or thinking it could be, because like I had no idea what was going to happen going into this, because I'd never done it before, and you just never know what you're going to get into. We basically just like prepared the runway, set up benches, seating cards, gift bags, anything front of house for the designers for the shows. And then back of house, you would do radios, which was, the PR, the production team would come and check out a radio, and you'd be backstage with like models and the designers, and we'd help with like hair and makeup to like clean up the room and kind of like repaper all the tables and turn on all the lights and clean mirrors and stuff to make sure everything was prepped in between each show. And a lot of times we would have a 9 a.m. show, a noon show, a 3 show, a 6 show, and then a 9 show again. So like every increment depending on, like, we had like 5 shows a day, and that's for one studio, and then the bigger studio would have maybe like 3 or 4 a day. Like it totally just depends on the day and what's going on. And so we did that, and basically we were just there to be like, whatever's needed done, whatever the designer wants done, whatever the PR team wants done, we're good. And then during the show, when the doors open and the guests are let in, we are basically ushers. We help people find their seats, we help just like make sure everyone gets in on time and is seated, and kind of try to keep things running smoothly. And then when the show starts, we would either sit in a seat if there were empty seats to make it look a little bit more full. We would just like take off our like badges and pretend to be audiences wearing all black. And then if their seats were full, then we would just kind of stand and watch. And I got to watch every show. I wasn't forced to leave. Or if I was backstage working, then like I'd be back with all the models, which was just as fun, honestly, because you got to see all the clothes like up close, and you got to hang out with the models, and you see them all line up, and you do like first looks and everything. You deal with paparazzi and all that fun stuff that goes on. So it was really cool. I had done Paris Fashion Week, just a taste of it, just attending shows, and so like seeing the other side of it and seeing New York Fashion Week and how different the two are, because they are actually quite different, more so than I was expecting. So that was kind of my job, and that is why I was over there, and that is what I did. And I would work from like 8:30 to 3:30 was a popular shift. I did a couple 5:30 to 1:30 shifts. I did like a 4 to 9 shift. I did just a bunch of different times, and I did that for 10 days. So I was there Monday and Tuesday were setup days, and then Wednesday to Wednesday were show days. That is the overview of what happened, what I did, the inside scoop, right? Big note, we weren't allowed to take our phones in. We had like a holding room. So we were in there, we put our phones, put our bags in there. We weren't allowed to take pictures, videos, and nothing, like absolutely nothing. It was all like very confidential for the designer's sake, for the model's sake, for everyone's sake, because they just didn't want, like a bunch of people taking pictures. So I have like no footage from inside the gallery, like very few, other than what you'll see like when I attended as a guest. I have some because I could have my phone out. But when I was working, I didn't have my phone, so like I have no footage of that. Day 1 was Monday, September 2nd, and we got up and left for the airport at like 3:45 that morning. Drove to Cincinnati Airport, hung out for a few hours because I got in at 10. I think I arrived at her house at like 11 by the time I got there, somewhere around that. And so then I didn't have to be into work till 2 that day. So basically, day 1, I don't have a ton of footage just because I didn't know what to expect and I didn't know what I was doing, and so I just arrived and we set up hair and makeup in Gallery 2, set up dresser, like the dressing area, so like all the clothing racks and all that kind of stuff, tables and chairs, and set up benches for the runway. Of course, VAs and their benches, so many benches. It was fun and it was nice and it was a really easy, great first day. Day 2 was Tuesday and I did not have to work because it was like the second setup day. So if you set up the first day, they were like, we got so much done, we don't need like a ton of people. So basically if you work the first day, you didn't work the second day. It was kind of like the general rule. So I got the day off, which was nice. And so I slept in a little bit and then I got to kind of explore New York a little bit. So I took the train to NYU, to where NYU is, to Think Coffee, which is where Enzi Ansari filmed his show, which was crazy and I did not know until like the day later or something when someone told me, which was super crazy. And so I went there, brought my laptop, I did a bunch of homework for a couple hours because I'm still in school. So, woo, super fun. Super exciting New York life. This is why you all are here, to hear me talk about homework. Very exciting. And then, so I was there for a couple hours, and then I took my stuff and I walked from NYU to Bryant Park, which is quite a distance if you know anything about Manhattan, to the park and sat for a couple hours and I read, I ate my sandwich. And I have been to New York before, so I wasn't like, oh, I need to like, you know, go to Empire State Building and see all these things. I'd done that and I wasn't here for that, so I was like, it's fine. But I did do that. On my way to work for the first days of show. All black. We have 5 shows today. I'm working in gallery 2. So we have 5. Gallery 1 is 3. It's not as many. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I have no idea what I'll be doing. Just a floater. So hopefully I'll get to see some shows and it'll all go well. And I will see you at 3:30. So day 1 of shows is officially over. I'm buzzing. I just got out of work. I got some coffee and it was so much fun. It was amazing. We did 3 shows while I was there. One started like basically right when I got there. I got to sit in, I got to watch all of them. The last one was my favorite. It was an incredible like combination of this like 90s and like 50s housewife style. It was just like so cool, and it was really fun and way more like seeing and being a part of it than I was expecting, which was really cool. We didn't really do a whole lot, so it was like slightly boring, a lot of sitting around, a lot of standing around, so my feet really hurt, but it was really fun. And I got coffee and I have my peanut butter sandwich because I didn't get a break, so I'm very hungry, so I'm gonna eat that on the train and I'm gonna go to Macy's for Zendaya's fragrance launch and see a bunch of people in a bunch of crowds.
Check.
A super crazy experience. I'm super sweaty because it was so hot in there and there were so many people, but I like made friends with 2 of the girls standing next to me. It was so funny. And then the one girl like left because she was like meet and greet and then like ran up the escalators and me and the other girl were like okay, so we tried to follow and then they just disappeared into nowhere. So we were like wandering around Macy's, like it's such a big store, and we're like, we see literally no one. Like there were hundreds of people in this store, and then we go upstairs and everyone is gone. No idea, but it was fun and we got some cool videos and she was there for like 5 seconds, so worth it. I don't know, but why not? It was fun. Second day of shows. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go to some vintage shops and look around after work today. Maybe meet up with a friend who lives over in Hoboken. We'll see if I do that later because I have to be here at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow, but it's 8:20. I'm gonna head into work, do some shows, and see you later. Ellie Tahari was supposed to be the 3 o'clock show, which I was there for, over by 3:30-ish. By the time I got out, it didn't start till after 3:30 or started at 3:30. So they were like, okay, you can leave if you want to, or you can stay and watch. So I decided to stay and watch because it's like a really well-known artist, and there was like a bunch of famous people coming in, and Katie Holmes was there, which was crazy, who was the ex-wife of Tom Cruise, and so she was there, and like security was crazy, and Chanel, whatever, the model who dated A$AP Rocky, I can't remember her last name, was there, just like a bunch of really cool people. So I stayed and watched that show, and I got to sit for it in the audience, which was really fun, and the collection was beautiful as always. If you want to go see it, you can go to their Instagram. They posted a bunch of pics and video, but overall it was a really good day. It was super easy, like didn't really have to do anything, barely had to move any benches, which was so good. And yeah, all the shows were beautiful. I feel like every show just like keeps getting better and better. Also, I got a gift from one of the shows. They let us take home one of the gifts because they had a bunch of extra, and they were like, we don't want to take it back with us. The box pulls out, and inside are 2 packs of like really beautifully artistic playing cards. Okay, show day 3. It is currently almost 5:30 in the morning. And I'm walking to work, wearing a skirt. Can't see, but I have a bow in the back of my hair. It's my accessory of choice. It's really freaking early. So it was my early morning. It was great, and then afterwards I got out and I walked around Soho for a little bit, which is like such a cute area, and I loved it. I checked out a few vintage shops around there. It was like pouring down rain. I decided to go to some other thrift shops still because I was ultimately looking for an outfit for Sunday, which I'll get into a little bit. And it was just like so wet and gloomy and cold. Friday night, I just hung out with Adriana and her friends and her roommates and their friends, played some video games. It was fun. It was a good time. We just all hung out because it was gloomy, went up to the rooftop and got a nice view of the city, which is just like so beautiful. And that was Friday. Yeah, nothing too crazy going on because it was just raining, and so we couldn't really do anything. Headed to day 4 of shows. It's Saturday. I didn't have to come in till 3. So that was really nice. Got to sleep in and hang out a little bit this morning, especially since I had such a late night last night and an early morning. I'm hoping I have time to stop at Starbucks because I'm super duper hungry. Maybe get a coffee. But do 3 shows today and go home after the 9 o'clock show, hopefully, and hopefully I get to watch the 9 o'clock show, have some food, go to bed, do it all again tomorrow. So it's day 5. I'm on my way to shows for Sunday, and it's almost 8:30. Black dress on, got coffee before I went to the subway because I'm tired. And we put all the benches away last night, worked till 9:30. All the benches, because today's first show is actually a presentation instead of a runway. So the models will be kind of like standing in place on platforms or whatever. And that means that we had to put all the benches back after this show, after the 9 show. But I get off at 3 today, and then I'm going and attending 3 fashion shows, so I have my clothes in my bag so that I can make a change when I need to. Okay, we're here at New York Fashion Week with
Bitchin'.
Woo! And
We are Fierce today.
Yeah! And this is the one show, well, 2 shows I'm not working, so I get to have my phone out. So Sunday, I left work and I went to my first fashion show, which was Rexa Fashion House. And then after that, I left and I went back to Spring Studios for the last 2 shows. I actually got to be a guest where I worked, which was a little bit weird, but it was fun and it was cool to kind of be on the other side of it for a little while. So the first show was Lily, and it was an absolutely stunning collection. I really, really liked it. Some really colorful pieces, especially in their final walk. You could see all the different rays of colors and styles, which was really, really cool. The second show I went to at Spring Studios was the Zuzi collection. It was really, really pretty, kind of like boho, shabby chic, lots of netting, some really cool stuff. And overall it was just a really great experience. I got to meet really cool, amazing people. I got to sit and be a part of it and just kind of enjoy the collections and have a fun night. And it was really cool to have attended both New York and Paris Fashion Weeks now as guests, and I look forward to hopefully being able to do many more of that. And thank you to the designers who invited me to see these beautiful collections. An amazing, amazing work by everyone. Absolutely stunning. Got done with my shift for the day, my 9 to 4. I was supposed to be in Gallery 2 and then they moved me to Gallery 1. So I saw 2 shows, which was like a lot of fun. And yeah, and then I went upstairs and sat by an elevator for like 3 hours and then just like hung out with a girl. So that was fun / boring, but it was all good. And yeah, I'm gonna head back, drink my coffee, and then do some homework probably. And then I'm gonna hang out with Nick tonight, who's coming into town, and we'll see anyone else. So that'll be fun. We'll go out to dinner and have a little nice night out. Good morning, everyone. It is the final day. It's Wednesday. So you can see I only have one earring in because the other one just fell off out of my ear. It's really great. It is 5:20 in the morning. Have my dollar cappuccino to keep me alive. And yeah, the last day of shows. Picked up an early morning shift so I can do some work before I go to the airport. And yeah, I don't know how many shows we have today. Probably only a few since it's the last day and there's strike. But yeah, this is it, guys, and I'm kind of sad. I'm definitely not ready to leave the city. I'm ready for some sleep and to not be on my feet every day, but I'm not ready for it to be over. So kind of sad, a little bit mixed feelings, but it's been so fun, and yeah, it's just been like the best experience. So overall, this was just like it was an amazing, amazing experience. I'm so blessed to be able to live this life and to, you know, be able to be in college and still do this and, you know, have this amazing opportunity. I really hope that it will lead to some connections and some other really good things to happen. And if not, like, you know, it's just a really good experience, and it was so much fun. I'm so glad I did it, and I'm ready to do it again. I want to do it again. Maybe I'll do the February season. We'll see, you know, where life takes me at that point in time, but it was amazing. It's just a special, fun time to kind of celebrate these creatives and these designers and these people that maybe, you know, aren't the big shows that we all know of, and maybe they are, and just kind of celebrate fashion. And it's, you know, it has a lot of downsides, but there's also a lot of good sides too. And it's creative, and you know, this season was very inclusive, and you know, there were some great sustainable brands and, you know, wash and wear brands, and it was just really cool. And I think, you know, the fashion industry is definitely going in a more positive way. I think we're getting there and we're working on it, and I think we, continue to call out the injustice and, the negative sides and the bad things that we don't like and we don't want and we want to get rid of, and make it more sustainable and make it better and make it more inclusive and, for everyone, and it can be something that we all can love. So I think, the fashion industry is definitely going in the right direction, I hope, and so it's really cool to be a part of that. And so just thank you for this opportunity, and I'm super blessed, and thanks for watching my New York Fashion Week vlog, and I'll probably see you soon.